You want to know how I started a candle company with little to no money and scaled it to 6 figures? If so, keep watching. Here's a secret. You don't need to have a lot of money or a large following to have a successful candle business. I did it starting from zero, and so can you. In 2021, I was let go from my serving job. I had no money and I had student debt to pay off. That's when I had the idea to start a candle business, but I had no prior candle making experience and I had no clue where to start. A year and a half later, I now have over 160,000 followers across several platforms and have utilized that to create a successful 6-figure business without spending a dime on ads. So how did I do it? I'm gonna give you 4 steps that I followed in the order that I did them to help try and get you started. Step 1, I established my brand, the name Baroque Candle Co., and my branding position. I wanted to make it clear how my brand is different from competitors and how I wanted it to sit in customers' minds. What colors am I going to use? What approach am I going to take with my social media? If you're not sure what the best approach is, don't worry, this can always change. You just have to pick a place to start. Just don't overthink it. I know the step can get very overwhelming with all of the choices that you have, but it's important to just start. Start designing some labels. Test some things out, fonts, logos, colors. If you make it fun for yourself, it's gonna be a little bit easier to start. Step 2, create a website. A website is a must for any long-term business, and yes, you can use Etsy, eBay, or even Amazon. But know this, establishing and owning your customers' data is extremely important. I know it's daunting to try to create a website, but these days, companies like Shopify make it super easy, where all you need to do is take pictures on your phone of your products and upload them. They even have templates that make it really easy to customize your website. And if you're worried about the cost of a website, don't worry, a lot of these companies also offer free trials, so you can try it out. Step 3, pricing. This can become a lot more complicated later on down the road, but for right now, I'm gonna give you an easy formula so that you can use it for your business. Typically, you wanna price your products at least 3 times your cost of goods. So that means, let's say your candle costs $3 to make and to ship, so you're gonna wanna sell it for at least 9. Whatever it is, just make sure it doesn't cost more than the perceived value of your product, or the value your average customers will wanna pay for your product. If you aren't completely sure if your products are priced correctly, don't worry. Once you start getting website traction, the data will let you know. When customers come to your website, overpriced candles tend to lead to less sales. So if you're getting a lot of customers to your website, look at your price. That could be the issue. On the other hand, underpriced candles can lead to way more sales, but a lot less margin. So it's your job to determine what works for you in your business. Step 4, and the last step. This might be a little obvious, but post your product. Post it on every channel possible. Post it on Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, Facebook. Your job is to get in front of as many potential customers' faces as possible. Use your brand positioning to launch yourself into content. Let's say your brand for candles are for relaxation. Then your content should be a reflection of that. All right, you might say, well, everybody posts their candle businesses. How am I going to stand out? This is why we create really strong branding. This is gonna differentiate yourself from your competitors. Strong brand positioning is the difference between a candle that sells and a candle that doesn't. Along with building your brand in the process, guess what? You're not gonna be the first person to post their candle brand online. But there is only one you, and you are going to be the differentiating factor. It's going to be really hard when you first start posting, but the really important thing is that you don't give up. Keep posting, and I promise you, if you post at least, let's start with 3 times a week, you should be posting every single day. You're gonna find out what type of content works and which type of content doesn't work for you. The candle market is worth $3.1 billion annually. There are people out there that are going to want to buy your candles, but you have to find them. So post. All right, I hope this helps you. I know it was a little bit vague, but I just wanted to briefly touch on each subject without overwhelming you completely. All right, this was my first video, so if you got any value or you'd like to get some more in-depth information, click the link in bio to see the Baroque Candle Co. program, where we go in-depth on candle making and candle marketing. All right, we'll see you next week for the top 4 things that you should avoid when running a candle business.